Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the field at the Warren House in Newton, Massachusetts, here to bring you live coverage of today's high school freshman boys soccer contest between the hosting Tigers of Newton North High School and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. As you can see, the team's captains just had their opening coin toss to decide who gets the opening possession of the first half, who will get first possession. This figures to be a fun game. It's always a thrilling contest whenever Brookline and Newton North face off at any level in any sport. It's a long historic rivalry between these two schools, and while these kids might just be freshmen, this is sort of a potential precursor of rivalry matchups to come at higher levels as these kids will go forward with their high school careers. Thank you to all of you tuning in today. Remember, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button. I saw a number of you already have, and I appreciate that support. So if you end up enjoying this, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. And if there's anything you'd like to say, you can say it in the live chat. You can say something as simple as "Go Brookline" or "Go Newton North." No matter who it is you're rooting for, we appreciate fans bringing the good vibes and supporting their favorite teams. If you want to shout out a specific player on either team, that's always fun too. Maybe you want to let us know where it is you're tuning in from with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world. That's always fun to hear. If you notice any technical difficulties on my stream, either with the video or the audio, I encourage you to say something in the live chat. It might be something I don't notice on my end, and it might be something that I can fix. And then, of course, if I'm flubbing the pronunciation of any names, I encourage you to correct me in the live chat. I want to give these boys the best coverage I possibly can, and to me, part of that means getting their names right. On that note, I wasn't able to get a full roster for Newton North, so I'm just going to be narrating their players by jersey number, but I do have a roster for Brookline. And on that note, let's take a look at the Brookline roster really quick as we get ready to get this game underway. Going in order of jersey number for Brookline, first off we have number 1, Sebastian Mukabaya. Next we have number 2, Nicholas Blaney Pettit. Number 3, Dylan Hibbard. Number 4, Niall Finnan. Number 5, Henry Kapodanu. Number 7, Adi Shelat. Number 8, Dante Chernichev. Number 9, William Hunter. Number 11, Semi Treistman. Number 12, Ajan Sharma. Number 13, Jonathan Traub. Number 14, Bobby Dokov. Number 15, Leon Imanetti. Number 16, Santiago Barahona. Number 18, Ethan Chen. Number 19, Felix Situ. Number 20, Augie McGushin. Number 22, Brandon Jean. Number 24, Jack Castro. Number 25, Malcolm Arnold. Number 26, Orson Leong. Number 27, Isaac Speicher. Number 29, Kuno von Borowski. Number 30, Hayden Park. Number 31, Daniel Haitha. And number 33, Lucas Garcia Sejas. Head coach of the Brookline High freshman boys soccer team is Mike Normant. So there is the roster for Brookline. You know, like I said, if I'm flubbing the pronunciation of any of those names, please correct me in the live chat. You know, one of the unique things about freshman teams is that every year it's a completely new crop of players. And so with this being my first freshman game of the year that I'm covering, this is my first time attempting to pronounce some of these names. Of course, some of them I'm familiar with, as as some of these players share last names with their older siblings that also play here at BHS. Of course, Dante Chernychev, related to varsity girls soccer co-captain Vilena Chernychev. Jonathan Traub, of course, related to varsity boys soccer and boys volleyball player Eli Traub. Bobby Dokov, related to Danny Dokov. Isaac Speicher, related to Ben Speicher. So a number of familiar names that's kind of nice to see. But then there are some where I'm, getting my first attempt at the pronunciation and I might be absolutely butchering it, in which case, please tell me. You see the two teams getting set up. No jersey number for the Brookline keeper, wearing an ironically orange goalie jersey. So if any fans in the live chat recognize who the keeper is today, again, I encourage you to let me know in the live chat. Anything that can improve the quality of my commentary as I follow the action out here at the Warren House. All right, looks like Brookline's going to be playing from our left here in the first half, and they're going to get the opening possession. Number 9, William Hunter, setting up to get us started. Now we just await the opening whistle. It's the start of a new chapter of the Brookline-Newton North rivalry, and here we go. A long pass all the way to the back line to number 27, who tried to pass to the outside. It was broken up by Newton North, but now Brookline barely forces it out. Pursuit from number 27, Isaac Speicher, and I believe number 12, Ajan Sharma managed to just barely break that up, a near disaster. But now Newton North taking it away. Number 29 pushing the issue. Speicher deflected a pass there and is staying with him. Pass goes back to 37, but it's going to be wrestled away by Brookline, but could not keep up the dribble. It's taken back by the Tigers. Pass offsides. Number 20 was trying to sneak around the back door there, but just went a little too far forward and is called for the offsides. Free kick coming for the Warriors. Keeper boots it up the middle, bouncing along. It's going to be taken by the Tigers. Passed forward. It deflects over to 17. A pass back. And now a pass over to, I believe, 37. Now over to the near side to number 20. And that's going to roll out of bounds. Brookline getting ready to throw this one in. This is number 13, Jonathan Traub, who's going to be throwing it in. Towards the middle, aimed at number 3, Dylan Hibbard, and Hibbard gets tripped up by number 31, and that will be a penalty call against the Tigers. It'll be a free kick for Brookline. Speicher boots it out to the far side. It is downed by number 5, who gets tripped up, draws another penalty. That was Henry Kapodanu. Or did they call out of bounds? No, it is a free kick. There was a bit of confusion there for a second. But now they're setting up Speicher to take another free kick, just making sure they get it in the right spot. Speicher boots it towards the box. It's booted right back out by number 46. Collected by number 2, Nicholas Blaney-Pettit. Pass goes back to Traub, now across, dribbling with it. Now are trying to fend off multiple defenders. This is number 19, Felix C2, but he's outnumbered. It's taken by Newton North. Number 65 tries to pass. It's behind his man, and it's broken up by Sharma. Now this one Still being scrummed for by several players. Newton North kicks it through, but it bounces harmlessly into the arms of the Brookline keeper. Punted towards midfield, downed by number 37, but now Hibbard takes it. Broken up by 65, but recovered by Pettit. Pass to the outside. Traub tries a lifter. He's trying to lead his man, but it's just barely broken up. But C2's trying to force it, and just barely deflected away, lost out of bounds, and it'll be Newton North ball. A nice idea from Jonathan Traub on the leading pass there. Was aiming for to lead, I believe, number 9, William Hunter. C2, of course, was also in the fray there for the ball, but good defensive effort by number 46 of the Tigers. Throw in coming from Newton North's number 58. Upfield it goes, downed by Traub, but collected by number 20. Traub boxing out his man and smartly letting it roll out of bounds. Traub throws it in, aimed at Dante Chernychev, and he draws a penalty. Setting up C2 to take the free kick. Booted high in the air. Headed away by the Tigers. Brookline trying to keep it on the attack, but it is cleared out by either number 22 or 23. Throw in coming now for Brookline. Speicher throws it up the line, goes off ahead. Whiff on the clear kick, but Brookline lost their footing, couldn't quite push it there, and so Newton North trying to push it out, and a little too physical on the defense there by Kapodanu. Penalty is called. Newton North taking the free kick. 22 sends it forward for, I believe, 31. Pass over to 37. Chernychev deflects it, but 31 recovers. Goes for a pass to the outside to 22. Barely keeps it in bounds, but Kapodanu knocks it away. Kapodanu dribbling with it. Tries a pass, walled off by Newton North. Recovered by 65. 65 is tripped up by Pettit. He was trying to get ball first, but got leg first, and the penalty is called. Free kick is passed up the line to 22. 22 stood up by Speicher, but somehow he gets a pass away to 37. 37 trying to weave his way through. A nice sliding interception by Pettit to break up that pass. Brookline trying to work their way. Traub to Chernychev, up to C2, back to Chernychev, trying to lead for C2 again. C2 bringing the speed up the wing. Stays with the ball, pass misses Chernychev, and it's knocked away by the Tigers, goes up to 65. Now a leading pass for number 20, not offsides this time, but getting there first was number 24, Jack Castro. Castro just has to knock it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Newton North. 58 throws it in, gets to 37, broken up by Castro. Castro comes out of the scrum with the ball, but his pass is blocked, and it's rolled over to number 20 on the far side. Traub getting tangled up with him, and it goes out of bounds. Goal kick for Brookline. Good defensive play from both sides so far here in the first half. Keeper sends it up the middle, and it's taken by 37, popped up in the air. Bouncing pass kicked away briefly by Speicher. Pettit follows up to break a potential kick. It is taken back by 29 for the Tigers. He's trying to gain the edge on the far side. Kicks one, centering over the head of number 20. And now it's taken away by Traub up to C2 and up to Chernychev. Slide tackle, just barely breaks it up. C2 comes in and kicks it, and then Pettit kicks it forward. Knocked away by 22 off the foot of 37, and then corralled by 65. 65, dribbling, broken up by Pettit, but goes back to 58. Pass to the middle, taken and stolen away by C2. Sent forward to Hibbert, across to to Chernychev, excuse me. Pass forward, deflected. No handball call, and so Kapotanu takes it. Sends a pass, not enough juice on it. 22 kicks it away. Goes up to 29, but Kapotanu stays with it and takes it away. Off the deflection, Hibbert. Pass to Chernychev. Forward, trying to lead for Hunter, broken up by 46. Pass to the outside to 58. 58 boots it way upfield. Out to the far side to an open man. That's 29. Speicher recovering on defense. Boxing out. 29 barely. Did he keep it in bounds? Looks like no. And so it's going to be a throw in for Brookline. Speicher throws it in, but it can't stay in bounds. It's not turf we're playing on, folks. This is grass. It's going to be some uneven territory. Some bounces are going to go not the way you want them to. And also the ball is going to roll slower, so you got to put just that much more effort into your kicks and passes. Penalty is called against Brookline there. He's got a little too tangled up. And this will be a free kick coming from 31. The official measuring the exact distance that Brookline has to be away from the free kicker. .31 boots it into the box too high, and off the bounce it's taken by the keeper. Newton North's had a couple of nice floaters into the box, but both been too high for the header. Off this deflection, Kapotanu racing upfield. He gets tripped up and draws another penalty. Got our first notes in the live chat from Aaron D. Brookline let's go, Leon Imanetti. Free kick. I believe that's Castro floating it into the box off the head of a Tiger. But Kapotanu trying to force it. They desperately clear it out. And that kick goes off the back of Traub's body. Traub battling against multiple Tigers, and it is stolen away by 17, but his pass walled off by Speicher. Floated upfield. 22 is going to take it. Send it up the line for 37. 37 kicks it forward. A nice back foot pass up to 17. 17 racing up the far side. Tries to fire a kick, walled off by Castro. Recovers, taps it over to 29. 29 breaking through. Tries a pass, just barely broken up. Despite Castro's body weight going the wrong way, he managed to right himself just enough to deflect that one away. Newton North recovers a pass to the middle. Broken up by Pettit. C2 kicks it forward. C2 trying to force his way through. Felix C2 fires a shot, but it goes off the side of his foot and wide. My mistake, that was Hibbert, not Pettit, who got that play started. But regardless, it's going to be a goal kick for the Tigers. Kick goes off the head of Kapotanu. Downed. Scrum for the ball. Hibbert recovers. 65 deflects it away. Now off the scrum, it is recovered by 31. Kicks it upfield. Bounces past a couple players. Speicher deflects it. Speicher barely keeps it in bounds, but Newton North battling for the ball. Now we've got a whistle. That's either going to be a Brookline throw-in or a Brookline free kick. Looks like it is going to be a free kick as Kapotanu drew another penalty. Speicher boots it low. Deflects into the air. 37 takes it. Kicks it upfield to 17. 17 at midfield. Dribbling with space. Looking. Taps it to the outside to 29. 29 tries to tap back to 37. A slide deflection by Pettit. Gets up to Hibbert. Hibbert dribbling. Almost lost it, but gets a pass away to C2. C2 sends a pass up the wing to Traub. Traub trying to get around the edge. Traub still battling with 58. He's got the ball. Pass deflected, but goes to C2. C2 lifts one towards the box, booted away by 46. Gets up to 65. Pass misses, but Kapotanu couldn't take it. He was stood up. Now Pettit wrestles the ball away. Passes to C2 on the outside. C2 now trying to rush around the edge against 58. C2's got the speed. C2 fires a shot. Saved by the keeper. Sliding for the loose ball. It is booted away by the Tigers. Our first big save of the afternoon comes from the Newton North keeper. Traub passes back to Speicher, who pops it up in the air. Headed down, and it goes back to, I didn't quite see, but now a pass to the outside is going to roll too far for Traub, and it's going to go out of bounds. That was player I failed to identify in immediate time was number 12, Ajahn Sharma. Excuse me. North brought in some substitutions. Now number 58 with the throw-in. Bouncing along, Castro boots it high in the air. Downed by 37, Hibbard races down the loose ball, passes out to the far side to Kapotanu. Kapotanu sends it up for Sharma. Sharma back to Kapotanu, slightly misses and can't recover it. It's taken away by 65. But the pass stolen back by Kapotanu. Kapotanu trying to race up the edge, but 46 cuts him off. Number 46 has been bringing some strong defensive efforts for the Tigers here in the first half. And in actuality, it is Newton North ball. Bit of confusion there. Throw in, downed by Chernychev. Chernychev pass back for Traub. Traub pass across for Pettit. Pettit to the near side to C2. C2 trying to fight through a defender. Keeps it in bounds, fights through multiple defenders going up the line. C2 finally knocked out of bounds by 58. Brookline deep in the Newton North end. Traub gonna throw it in. Throws it back to Hibbard. And we got, I think, either a penalty or a handball called against Newton North. That was a high bouncing ball, so it might have gone off a hand. So Brookline's going to have a fairly close free kick to take here. This is number 3, Dylan Hibbard, setting up to take this free kick. Newton North setting up the wall. Sends one in, and it's headed away by the Tigers. Now Newton North trying to rush on the counter. 65 dribbling. Stood up by Hibbard, but not cleanly. Whistle is blown. A rushed free kick from 31 going up the far side. Battle for the ball, knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Brookline ball. Sharma throws it in up the line. Pettit keeps it in bounds, sends it upfield. Off the deflections, it's taken by 22. Pass to the middle, deflected down by Chernychev. Recovered now by Hibbard. Hibbard dribbling, passes to Traub on the near side. Traub sends it up the line for C2. No offsides. Yes, offsides. You know, some people find the offsides rule in soccer confusing, but personally I like to live by a pretty simple and straightforward rule of thumb when it comes to that rule. If the kid seems too open to be true, he's probably offsides. Off the free kick, they send it back to the keeper. Now out to the far side to 46. Manages to wrestle through one player and pass it up to 22. Up the line. It's a scrum for the ball now as Sharma is trying to break up that pass. It's out of bounds, Newton North ball. Throw in, off a head, off a foot, and taken away by Chernychev. Pass over, misses Traub. Traub trying to recover it, manages to send it up to C2. C2 up the line to Chernychev. Chernychev to the middle, broken up, but recovered by Chernychev. And it's knocked out of bounds. Throw in from 58, knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Brookline ball. Got a couple subs coming in now for Brookline. I see number 7, Adi Shelat, and number 30, Hayden Park. Throw in, bounces past Park, but he races up to it. Park, the fresh legs, kicks a long leading pass. Kapotanu is trying to outspeed 46. Kapotanu barely got there first, but could not corral the ball. 46 kicks it away. Out of bounds it goes. Brookline looking for a quick throw in up to Park. Park passes to the middle for Shelat. Broken up. Deflects back and forth. Brookline takes it. Pass to C2. C2 stood up by the Newton North defense. Clearing pass broken up by Traub, but 65 recovers. Tries to send it forward, but C2 takes it. Pass back to Castro. Now up to Shelat. Now over to Pettit. Now back to Speicher. Sliced up into the air and down by 47, but Speicher stays with it to deflect it forward a couple of times, and now Park moving it upfield. Park going up the far side, tries to cut towards the middle, trips a bit, but recovers, but slipped on the ball. Now a pass to the outside to Kapotanu, back to Park. Park over to Pettit. Pettit decides to send it forward to Park. Park tries a give and go, but it's deflected and stolen away by the Tigers. Race to the ball, it is sent forward. Castro, the last line of defense, kicks it away. Sharma moving it up the far side. Got some room. Leaves it for Kapotanu. Kapotanu trying to force his way through a player and can't. It's taken away. Ball gets loose in the middle, and it's taken by Shelat. Kicked away by Newton North, but goes back to Speicher, who sends it up the middle. Deflects off the foot of Hunter. C2 trying to race there, but 46 cuts him off. 46 boots it upfield, goes off the head of Castro. Up to Pettit. And we've got a handball call, and they're going to call that one on Brookline. Free kick coming from 31, but it looks like first they're going to try and bring in some... Are they going to try and bring in some subs, or...? There was a little bit of confusion. The far side official thought that the near side official had called a timeout, but in fact he was just trying to make sure all the Brookline players were far enough away for the free kick. Off the free kick, a pinball deflection moves forward. Kapotanu takes it, gets the feet taken out from under him, and that's going to be a penalty against Newton North. Kapotanu a little slow to get up, but he appears to be walking around all right. Some subs might be coming in soon. It'll depend on the officials. And yeah, it looks like Kapotanu is going to sit down. That was a hard trip. He's kind of flipped through the air. And so this will allow a substitution. It looks like 5 new players coming in for Newton North, 3 for Brookline. We're going to see if Kapotanu okay. He's walking off on his own power, which is a good sign. In the meantime, a few players coming in for the first time for Brookline. Number 1, Sebastian Mukabaya. Number 18, Ethan Chen. And number 11, Sammy Treistman. And again, these are all, my first guesses on pronunciation of names, so if you want to say something in the live chat or send me an email to correct, I encourage you to do so. And I believe we got a penalty call against Brookline as the player was trying to go up and knee the ball, but as the other player was coming down with their head, that meant, knee too close to head, which is, going to be a penalty call, whether it's incidental or not. That's just the rules. And you know what? I don't disagree with such a rule. Newton North working up the far side. Spicer cuts off the pass, gets it up to Pettit. Pettit sends pass forward, gets it to Park. Park pops it up in the air. C2 collects it. C2 gets around his defender, racing up the near side. C2 tries a crosser, and it just bounces off the mark and is booted away by the Tigers. Brookline had a couple players crashing towards the net to try and take that pass, but it just didn't go to the right spot. Now this is Park passing for Pettit, sends it forward. Shellat trying to break through, but gets walled off, deflected back. Now a shot fired, and it's going to one-hop into the hands of the keeper off the shot from Treistman. Punted, bouncing along. Castro pops it up in the air, off a head, and then off a knee. It's still being popped back and forth. Now cleanly controlled by Pettit. Pettit sending a leader for C2. C2 takes it, no offsides. C2 trying to dribble around a couple defenders. He gets around, fires a shot, and that's in! Check out the instant replay on that one as C2 broke around his defender, got the edge, and fired a beauty to the near side corner for that score. Brookline takes the 1-0 lead. And that was my first time getting to use the instant replay feature, so came out better than I expected. I'm pretty happy with that. 1-0 the Brookline lead off the goal from Felix C2 as he's now trying to make something else happen. He is leading for Shellat, but cut off by 46 and knocked out of bounds. Throw in, deflects through, kicked away, sent towards the middle. And now the loose ball taken by Park. Sent down the far side, a pass to the middle. Gets away a little bit, but is recovered by Treistman. Sent back to Spicer, now up the middle. Taken back by 31. Pass upfield broken up by Ethan Chen. Popped over to the near side for C2. C2 sends it forward to Treistman. Treistman, nice move to get around his defender, but 46 again swoops in to knock that ball away. Throw in, and Treistman stepped over the line as he was throwing it in. That's going to be a violation and give the ball back to Newton North. So first goal of the game was scored by Felix C2, assisted by Nicholas Blaney Pettit, as we see some notes in the live chat, but for now the action keeps going. I'll reference those notes in a second. For right now, it's Park with the ball. Park fires a long one, and it's going to float over the bar and out of bounds. From Neal Finnan. What a assist from Nicky and from Aaron D. Dope assist and awesome shot. And couldn't agree more. C2, and also I would add a nice move by C2 to get around a couple of defenders. He's been displaying some great speed and ball control early in this game. Number 20 kicks the ball upfield, walled off by Castro. Off the deflection, it's taken by C2, kicked towards the middle where it's taken back by 31. Now stolen away by Brookline. Pettit was trying to fight through a pair of defenders, no dice. Kicks back and forth, 46 boots it, but it's walled off. Great offensive pressure for a while there from number 26, Orson Leong. Now it's taken by C2, broken up by 31. 31 sends it up to 20. 20, dribbling. Pass to the middle to number 11, broken up. Tapped forward for C2. C2 dribbling with it again. C2 walled off by number 20, and it's taken away by 48, who pops a pass too high, and that's going to go out of bounds. Treistman throws it in, deflects off Leong. Shelat couldn't quite take it in, but Pettit grabs it. Pettit tries to force his way through, but too many defenders, and it's kicked away. Gets up to 56, but it's knocked loose by Shelat. Sent over to Treistman, and now back to Speicher, who pops it up in the air. Downed by 43. 43 kicks one forward, but it's kicked back by Treistman, now taken by Pettit. Back to C2. C2 around a defender and draws a hold, and this might be a card. This is going to be a yellow card for Newton North. Grabbed the jersey on that one, trying to defend C2, and that's going to be a card for number 31, so he's going to come out. Subbing in, I believe that's number 59. In the meantime, a free kick for Brookline. Speicher sends it. Oh, the official hadn't given him the signal to go yet. Now here it comes. Speicher sends it up the middle, deflects off Shelat, and Pettit taps it forward. Now floated towards the middle, and it's going to be deflected away. An attempted floater pass from Mukabaya. Just too many orange shirts in there. Treistman now keeps it in bounds along the near side. Treistman dribbling in. Treistman lost it out behind the back line, and that is going to be a goal kick for Newton North. Couple subs coming in now for the Tigers. No scoreboard clock out here, so can't exactly tell you how much time we got left in the half. Kicked up the middle. Now an attempted pass out to the far side complete, but now Park walls it off and takes it away. Kick deflects a couple times. Mukabaya had it, still has it, passes back to Shelat. Now further back to Chen, excuse me. Chen tries to send it up the line, walled off by 60 as it's deflected out of bounds. Sub coming in for Brookline, replacing Shelat. I believe that's number 29, Kuno von Borowski. Throw in is short for Park. Park dribbling along the far side, and again it's deflected out of bounds by the Newton North defense. Another throw in. Deflects into the open field where it's taken by 20. 20 gets pushed over by von Borowski, and that is going to be a penalty on Brookline. This one kicked high in the air, deflected down by Chen. Park couldn't force it through. It's a bit of a scrum for the ball. Pettit comes away with it. Pettit sends it up the line, misses Mukabaya, but Mukabaya trying to chase after it, but it's cut off. Kick to the middle where it's recovered. Now von Borowski tries to send a pass to the outside. Treistman trying to gain the edge here on the near side. Runs out of real estate, out of bounds. Throw in, walled off by C2, knocked out of bounds by 20, Brookline ball. Treistman throws it in and kicked forward by Pettit, but the keeper smartly comes out and grabs it. Punted towards midfield, bouncing along. Castro downs it. Chen kicks it upfield, all the way up to Leong. Now over to C2. C2 fights around a defender. C2 sends it to the middle, and it is scooped up cleanly by the keeper. Good grip from the keeper there. If he had juggled that one at all, it might have been a big chance for Mukabaya, who's making a bit of a backdoor cut there to crash to the net. Speicher takes it now. Sends it forward for Park to the middle, misses Pettit. 40 kicks it away, downed by 42. Pass back and forth. Now it's broken up by Castro. Castro keeps it away from 10. Dribbles to the far side, sends it up the line. Park forces it through a defender, and it gets up to Mukabaya. Mukabaya pass to the middle, broken up. Deflecting back and forth. Scrum for the ball, and we've got a penalty call against Brookline. Von Borowski got a little too tangled up with the Newton North player. Free kick from 11 deflects off the body of Park, and it's taken by Pettit, passed up to Von Borowski. Von Borowski dribbling against multiple defenders, but couldn't stay with it, just barely gets it away to Pettit. Pettit up to Park on the far side. Park dribbling along, his pass walled off by 11 and deflects out of bounds. Sub coming in for Brookline replacing Pettit. I think that's Chernychev re-entering the game. It is. And he takes this pass. Chernychev sends it to the near side to Treistman. Treistman sends it back to Speicher. Speicher almost stolen away in what could have potentially been a breakaway chance, but didn't get enough of it. Chernychev passes it back to Treistman now. Treistman up the near side. Again runs out of real estate. Newton North ball. Throw in. And Treistman pops one in the air, but that's going to be the double whistle for halftime. At half, our score, Brookline 1, Newton North 0. The lone score coming from Brookline's number 19, Felix C2, off the assist from number 2, Nicholas Blaney Pettit. Again, you see this replay, cut off a little bit too far into it as you miss the pass from Pettit, but you do get to see a beautiful shot from C2 off a nice juke around a defender. And that is our lone score so far. During this halftime intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number has remained steadily high ever since. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight against hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the Food Pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help the Brookline Food Pantry to feed your community. Once again, brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And you can see all that information about our local charity spotlight down in the description section of the video down below, where you can also see a link to the Venmo page for the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club to help support the Brookline soccer program, both boys and girls, all three levels. But for now, it is halftime. Brookline 1, Newton North 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at the field at the Warren House in Newton, Massachusetts. I'm going to take a quick break and mute the mic, but I will be back for the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. Back on the mic here at the Warren House in Newton, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you live coverage of the second half of this high school freshman boys soccer contest between the hosting Newton North High Tigers and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. As we get ready to start the second frame with the teams having switched sides, it is a 1-0 lead for the visitors off a goal from Brookline's Felix C2, assisted by Nicholas Blaney Pettit. Newton North will get the first possession in this half. Number 17 at midfield, waiting to get us started. And here we go. Pass goes back to 37, further back to 65. Now a pass walled off by William Hunter, but it is popped into the air by Newton North. Now off a scrum, it's taken by Dylan Hibbert. Tries a pass, but doesn't get enough juice on it. It's kicked away by Newton North. Recovered by Jonathan Traub. Now pass over to Nicholas Blaney Pettit. Now to the outside, Felix C2. C2 trying to push it forward through several defenders, but he gets outnumbered, and it's kicked away by the Tigers. Kicked right back by Brookline's Jack Castro. Hunter had it for a second, but couldn't stay with it. Out of the scrum for the ball, it is taken by the Tigers, kicked forward, and gets up to 17. 17 sandwiched between a pair of defenders. It's deflected away by Castro. Now a battle for the ball, and fighting for it. Out of it comes Hibbert, but his pass gets deflected, and they're still scrumming for it. 31 comes out with it, but he's running out of real estate along the near side. Taken down by Pettit, who took the ball away, gets it up to Henry Kapodanu. But now it's taken back by Newton North. Kapodanu now takes it back, knocked out of bounds by the Tigers, number 29. It'll be Brookline ball. Ajan Sharma throws it in. Deflects too far away from Hunter and is kicked away by the Tigers. Dante Chernychev tried to down it, but it's taken away by the Tigers, kicked away. Now recovered by Traub on the far side. Traub runs out of real estate, out of bounds, Newton North ball. Throw in, deflected down by Brookline. Traub had it for a second, and he's battling with number 20. Traub does manage to keep it and kick it away. Taken back by the Tigers as they work up the middle. 65 passes to the outside to 58. He sends it back. Number 66 tries to send it forward, but it deflects the wrong way. And out of the deflections, it is C2 who comes away with it. Kicks a long leading kick. It's a race to the ball. Number 46 going to get there first for Newton North. Sends it back to the keeper, who boots it out of bounds on the far side. C2 getting ready to throw this one in. Throws it back to Traub. Traub kicks it to the middle to Hibbert, now to Pettit. Pettit sends it back to the far side to C2 and back to Traub. Number 20 sneaks up behind Traub, but Traub keeps with the ball. But his kick goes out of bounds. It'll be Newton North ball. Throw in. Deflects but collected by 31. Sends a pass up. It is touched forward. Speicher cuts it off, kind of whiffs on the clearing kick. Now clears it to the outside, taken by Traub. It's out of bounds, and the officials say Brookline ball. Throw in. Off a couple of heads into open space. Pettit kicks it in the air off the head of Hibbert, down for a second by Chernychev, knocked away, recovered by Hibbert. Back to Pettit, who sends it to the outside for Traub. Traub dribbling, pass back to Castro. Castro doesn't get enough on that kick, and it's stolen away by 65. 65 fakes a kick. Now he gets stood up by the Brookline double team. Traub passes, gets it to Chernychev, pass back to Castro. Castro. Sends it to the outside to Traub. Traub kicks it upfield, bounces past C2, collected by Hunter. Hunter, pass back to Chernychev. Chernychev dribbling, pass back for Sharma. He's got to chase after that one a bit, but collects it, sends it up the near side to Kapotanu. Kapotanu stood up by 31, but it's recovered by Chernychev. Passed back to Castro. Castro sends it up the far side. 58 disrupts the pass, and it's knocked out of bounds. And he gets the favorable deflection. Newton North ball. Throw in. Taken by Castro, but stolen away by Newton North. Pass to the middle to 17. Couldn't battle through both Castro and Speicher, and it's knocked loose. Now Brookline on the attack. Pass to the near side, misses. Taken away by 22. Now 46 slipped and fell. Ball's knocked loose, but kicked away by 66. But they're going to, I think, call a violation on Newton North. This will be a free kick for Brookline. Fairly good spot for a free kick. Far enough outside the box that a wall of defenders won't completely get in the way. C2 fires the shot, and it's in! Have a day, Felix C2, his second goal of the day. As we watch just another beautiful rainbow of a shot. And with his second goal of the day, Brookline now up 2-0. Bouncing along, he goes off the head of Castro. Taken by Pettit. Pettit fending off several orange shirts, but gets a pass away to Chernychev. Chernychev dribbling, pass back. Speicher pops it up in the air. Off the bounce, it's taken by 37, passed up to 17, pass back to 22. 22 working the near side, kicks it up the line, downed by Sharma, knocked out of bounds by 29, Brookline ball. From Neal Finnan, Felix is cooking, and some folks in the live chat telling me that in goal for Brookline now is number 15, Leon Imanetti. Never quite figured out who was the goalie in the first half, unfortunately, but it does appear that Imanetti is now in net for Brookline, so thank you to the folks in the live chat for letting me know. Throw in. Downed, but lost out of bounds. Deflection did not go the way Newton North wanted that one to, and it'll now be Brookline ball. Kapotanu throws it in to Pettit. Pettit, pass back to Kapotanu, kept in bounds, but still deflects too far, and it's taken away by 31. Now 22 kicks it up to 29. Nice touch for number 20. 20 kicks it across midfield, 17. 17 patiently taps it back to 20. 20 sends a leader, walled off by Speicher. Stolen back by 17, now a through pass for 29, broken up by Speicher. Speicher manages to touch one forward to Sharma, but he runs out of real estate, out of bounds. Throw in violation. We saw a similar thing happen in almost the exact same spot to Brookline back in the first half. I don't know, maybe there's something about that spot on the field that players just kind of forget where the line is. Throw-in goes back to Speicher, now over to Sharma, now up to Pettit, back to Sharma, upfield to Hibbard. Collected by Kapotanu. Kapotanu dribbling towards the middle, now sends a leading kick, race to the ball, And the goalie comes out and scoops it up, as potentially winning that race could have been C2. Now a botched punt, though. It's stolen back by C2, leaves it for Hunter, and he sails it over the bar. Just ended up getting that with the end of his foot instead of, like the trunk of his foot. And as a result, he kind of just sliced that one. Like I said, the ball doesn't move the same way on a grass field like this as compared to turf. And so you got to time things a little differently, including off a rolling pass like that. And the kick going to fly out of bounds. Throw in for Brookline. Podnu throws it in to Hibbard. It's kicked up in the air by 22. Knocked out of bounds. Newton North ball. 22 throws it in for 29. 29's got it. 29 trying to fight through the defense. Fires a shot, and it's going to roll into the waiting arms of Imanetti. Imanetti throws it in almost like a quarterback. And it's going to be lost out of bounds as Traub lost his footing. Newton North the throw in. Number 20. Trying to dribble against Chernychev. He passes it back. 58 sends back to 66. 66 tries a pass. Deflected by Kapotinu, and he's trying to keep with it. He does keep with it. Gets it forward to Hibbard. Hibbard trying to send a leader, but wide and kicked away by 58. Sharma downs it off the deflection. Hibbard takes it. Hibbard sends it forward. Kicked away by 66. Now 47, a nice leader for 29. 29's got some space to himself. Castro crashing, but 29 gets the edge, fires a shot, fires it over the bar. Like I said, when things are moving as fast as they are, it can be hard to get the right touch on that kick. It was some nice movement upfield by Newton North, but just couldn't finish on the shot. Imanetti with the goal kick. It is downed. Number 20 tries kick, walled off. Recovered by C2, past the outside to Traub. Traub pass, intercepted by number 20. Broken up briefly, but 29 trying to force his way through Sharma. Gains the edge, but cannot keep it. Has to pass back to 20. 20 sends it into the box. Almost a nice redirect from 47, but just really didn't have the angle. We got a few subs coming in now for Brookline. I see number 11, Sammy Treisman. Number 30, Hayden Park. And one more on the far side that I'm struggling to see. It might be Ethan Chen, but hard to tell. Imanetti, the goal kick off the knee of 31. Now taken, passed around. 31 sends it for the middle. Gets to 37. 37 turns around, pass back to 31. 31 trying to break his way through. And he draws a penalty. Number 37 looks like he's going to be setting up for the free kick for Newton North, as we take a second to make sure everyone's in a legal position here. It is a tricky spot to take a free kick from, but far from impossible. 37 winds up and fires, and he's hit by the wall, tries to fire on the rebound and misses well wide. That's one of the tricky things that comes from taking a close free kick outside the box, is they just set up those walls with defenders, and then it's then it just completely limits the angle you're able to kick from, as you could see with that play there. We do have a shout out in the live chat for a Brookline player. A shout out to number 1, Sebastian Mukabaya. Happy to see the fans supporting the players there. And Brookline now trying to move, but stood up by 46, who's made a number of nice defensive plays for Newton North today. Stolen away, but stolen back by Brookline. Chernychev, pass to the outside to Traub. Traub trying to stay with the ball. Or no, not Traub, Chen, excuse me. That is Ethan Chen, who subbed in recently. This pass knocked away by Castro. And it's Hibbard. Hibbard sends a leader for Hunter. It's a race between Hunter and number 46. 46 has a step on him, though, and sends it back to the keeper, who slices it up into the air. Knocked down by Park. And C2 gets a hard push in the back. That's going to be a penalty call. Looks like C2 is going to be setting up for the free kick. There's the signal. Launches it towards the box. Oh, just barely slapped away from the net by the keeper. Almost a goal for Brookline. I'm not sure if someone had deflected it or if it would have been a hat trick for C2, but at the end of the day, it's not a goal for anybody, as we've got another throw-in violation that's going to give the ball to Newton North. We got some more subs coming in. No, we don't. 22 throws it in. It's tapped back, knocked out of bounds by Kapotanu. Another throw in. And we have a whistle because they were signaling for subs to come in before the throw in. Subs coming in on both sides for Brookline. I see number 29, Kuno von Borowski. And one more, it looks like number 26, Orson Leong. Bouncing along. And Treisman kicks it to the middle. Too far for Park. C2 taps it back for Chen. Chen dribbling towards the middle. Looking for an opening, tries to pass through, too much traffic, but it deflects right back to Chen, and he kicks it upfield. Downed by 22 and booted up in the air. Downed by 48 now, but C2 cuts him off and lets it roll out of bounds. Turns around a quick throw-in, deflects off the back of Park's foot, but it's kicked away by 37. Race to the ball, won by Castro, and knocked out of bounds. Throw in back to 31. Kicked away from behind and recovered by Chernychev. Passed over to von Borowski. Von Borowski passes up to Kapotanu. Kapotanu weaves around a defender. Splits the defenders. Now Kapotanu sends a leader, and we've got an offsides call. Brookline was starting to get a rush going, but just couldn't keep everything perfectly lined up, and so it'll be a free kick for Newton North. 46 boots it in the air, and it's taken by Speicher. Kicked up to Kapotanu, but gets away from him. 29 takes it. Pass to 20, broken up, but recovered by 31. 31 couldn't stay with it. It's taken by Chernychev. Kicked into open field. Kept in bounds by, or not kept in bounds. C2 tried to keep it in bounds, but couldn't. Another throw in. Downed by Chernychev. Pass back. Kick up field, taken by 31, but couldn't stay with it. It's taken away by Chen. Slices off his foot, but it is controlled by Kapotanu. Kicked up. And passed over to 22, who pops it into the middle of the field. Park deflects it forward to Leong. Now Leong, slide deflection away by the Newton North defense. And number 58 throwing his body at it again, heading it away. It'll be out of bounds, Brookline ball. As another sub comes in for Brookline, number 1, Sebastian Mukabaya. Comes in replacing C2. Throw in, deflects. Newton North trying to keep it in bounds. They cannot. Throw in. Taken away by Newton North. But now knocked away. Scrumming for the ball. Park pops it in the air. Bouncing. Bouncing now. Kicked up in the air. Downed. Scrummed for. Chen comes away with it. Chen working up the far side. He kicks it up the line. That's going to go very far, and it might even go out the back end for a goal kick. I think it will. Sub coming in for Newton North now. Goal kick. Bouncing along. Now scrum for the ball. Newton North keeps it. Pass for 20. Pass back for 31. Disrupted by a Brookline double team, but he's still staying with the ball. But it's ultimately recovered by Chernychev. Pass to the outside for Park. Park sends it up too far for Chernychev. Booted away. Off the head of Chen. Chased down by Von Borowski. Von Borowski's pass walled off by 29, and 29 rushing on the counter. And he gets through Speicher. Taps a pass for 56, who couldn't get enough juice on that kick, and it's going to be scooped up by Imanetti. Not sure if that was intended to be a pass or a shot, but either way, didn't go to the spot it needed to. Long punt, and Leong taps it forward. 46 trying to cut him off, but Leong trying to fight his way through. 46 goes down, and that's going to be a penalty against Brookline. You know, while Newton North may be trailing this game, 46 has been a huge bright spot on the defensive side. This game might be very lopsided without his efforts as he once again knocks another one away. Von Borowski recovers, pass back to Treistman. Treistman loses the ball, taken by 22, passed up and out of bounds. Treistman throws it in. Hard collision between Leong and 46. And I believe they're calling the penalty on Newton North. Treistman, he's got a weird angle on the free kick here. Pops it up in the air, headed down by 37. 29 has it, deflected away, but recovered by the Tigers. Number 20, pass over to 31. 31, dribbling, pass to the outside. 58, struggled to keep with it, and he has to desperately kick it back to the goalie. Goalie sends it up the middle, bouncing along, corralled by Chernychev. Chernychev dribbling. Weird ricochet off the kick. Now 29 knocks it away. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Treistman throws it into the middle to Park. Park pops it up in the air. Off the head of 66, bouncing along. 24, Castro passes it out to Chen. Chen sends it way upfield, but it's going to be taken by the keeper. 2-0 Brookline leads here in the second half. No scoreboard clock. I can't tell you how much time we've got left. 46 pass stopped by Chernychev, given to Park. Park to the far side to Mukabaya, and now booted away by 58. Throw in for Brookline. Subs coming in for both teams. I think for Brookline, I see number 31, Daniel Heitha. Throw in, deflects. North trying to make a push, but it's kicked away by Chen. Race for the ball. Leong heads it back, and it's stolen back by Mukabaya. Mukabaya looking to send one through, but nobody there to crash for that one, and it's punted away. Castro downed by 20. 20 passing to the near side, stolen away by Treisman. Treisman gets around a defender. Pass knocked away out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw in from Kapadanu for Treisman. Knocked out of bounds by Newton North again. Throw in, deflects back to Treisman. Now over to Von Borowski. Pass back to Park, popped up in the air, downed by 37. 37 kicks it, misses, and it rolls out of bounds. Throw in, downed. Stolen away, but taken for a second by Treisman, but now walled off. 48 trying to dribble with it, passes it back to 31. 31. Dribbling, gets tripped up, and whistle is blown. This will be a free kick for Newton North. Quick kick from 31, goes up to 20. Back to 31, popped out to the far side, goes through the legs of 48, and is going to roll out of bounds. Subs coming in on both sides. For Brookline, number 19, Felix Situ re-enters the game, replacing Henry Kapadanu. And a few movements of positions after the sub. Ball is lost out of bounds. Newton North ball. Throw in back to 66. He kicks it towards the middle. Kicked away by Heitha. Race to the ball. Leong trying to force it through the defenders. He does corral it. Touch pass through to C2. C2 trying to crash through. Gets stood up by 46, but they blow the whistle. They might be calling number 46 for the push. The initial collision was pretty much all ball, but there was a bit of arm extension by 46 after the initial collision. They might be calling him for that. And so this is going to be a PK for Felix C2, who's going to be trying for the hat trick. There's the whistle, as they're trying to make sure all the players are in the right spots. Can C2 register the hat trick here in Newton? And it's stopped by the keeper, but it's right in front of him. Oh, he was leaving it for a teammate, and he didn't go after it. Brookline trying to stay on the attack, but it's wrestled away. A big save by the Newton North keeper to keep this a 2-goal game. Players getting tangled up, and they're going to call the penalty on Brookline that time. Von Borowski was pleading his case, but he was not going to win that one. 22 pops it up the near sideline and out of bounds. Treistman throws it into the middle for Park, but it bounces away from him. Number 48 going to get there first, but Park wrestles it away. Touch pass for Leong. Leong tries to send it forward, but walled off. Cleared out. Chen chases after it. Chen trying to work it up the far side. Pass upfield, bouncing along and sliced into the air by 46. Knocked down, taken by Von Borowski. Pass goes through to Hytha. Hytha fires, and it's saved by the Tigers' keeper. Newton North keepers had a couple of nice saves here late in this one. Loose ball knocked away. Hytha had it for a second. Slide tackle by 22. Turns into a scrum. Von Borowski comes out with it. Lifts it over the defense. And the whistle was blown for the offsides. Almost a very clever play, but just a little off from the positioning. The Newton North defenders might have moved a step up to produce that offsides. Treistman now with the ball on the near side. Sees a lane and goes up the near side. Still going. Fends off the defender and forces the deflection out of bounds. That was quite the one-on-one dance between Treistman and Newton North's number 22. Treistman throws it in, rolling along, goes all the way to Park. Park fires, sails it. A flurry of substitutions coming in now for the Tigers. 6 players coming in late here in the second half. This one booted upfield. Chen tries to kick it, but it's sent upfield. Rolls out of bounds, Brookline ball. Chen, quick throw in. Deflects back and forth, ultimately taken by Park. Park tries to send it forward, deflects, goes to Von Borowski. Von Borowski staying with it. Now sends a pass out to C2. C2 cuts through the middle. C2's got a bit of a lane, but loses his footing. And now it was cleared away, but taken by Treistman. Treistman lost the ball, and it's kicked away by 60. And Speicher's just going to let that one bounce out of bounds. Throw in for Treistman. Gets through one defender. Gets through another. And a whistle blown. They called an offsides on Brookline. I think what might have happened was Treistman might have jumped ahead of the ball as he was waiting for the deflection to come to him. Now Brookline trying to work it upfield again. Von Borowski pops one up in the air. It's headed down by the defense. C2 races out to get it, but loses track of it. kicks it out to the far side. 43 chases it down. Pass back for 66. Stolen away by Leong. Leong tries a pass. Walled off by the defense, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. And amazingly, I think this is our first corner kick of the day from either side. Von Borowski setting up to take the corner. Coming in, off the head of Treisman the wrong way, but off another head, and it's taken off one hop by the Tigers keeper. Throws it in, Treisman had it for a second, stolen away, but Treisman takes it right back. Treisman gets around a defender, showing some nice ball skills here in the second half. As Hytha passes it out to Park on the outside. Park dribbles in, fires a shot. Header misses wide. And that was the final whistle. And the final score here at Warren Field in Newton, Massachusetts. The Brookline Warriors 2, the Newton North Tigers 0. Brookline with 2 goals, 1 in each half, and both of them coming from number 19, Felix Situ. The first one coming off an assist from Nicholas Blaney-Pettit. The second one, as you can see here, came off of a free kick. And that would be the last score of the game. Both goals coming off some beautiful high-arcing shots from the Brookline freshman. And that is going to do it for this live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. If you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. Got plenty of Brookline soccer on the docket this season. Both boys and girls, all 3 levels, freshman, JV, and varsity. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. Thank you to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat today. One last note from Aaron D. Good job, boys. Glad you had fun. And thank you, Jesse. My pleasure, Aaron. Was happy I got to cover such a fun game. If folks would like to say anything after the stream is concluded, you can do so in the comment section down below. Also, go down below to the description section of the video, where you can find a link for the Venmo account for the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, so you can help financially support this Brookline soccer program. You can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry, down in the description section. Find out how you can help feed your community. Also in the description section is some of the same information you can also see on the bottom right corner of your screen, more information about me. The URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. You can also email me directly with any questions or requests you may have, and you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that is going to do it. From the field at the Warren House in Newton, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. The final score, Brookline 2, Newton North 0. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.